Assalamu alaikum everyone. Thank you so much for all the love and support and subs for the last video. And as promised, in today's video, I will share what really happened at the immigration counter and the mistake I made. But first, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do consider subscribing. It will mean the world to me. So let's get started. So when I landed at Toronto, I had to take a long walk to the immigration counter, and then I reached one of the officers who showed me a way to some automated kiosk. These are computer counters that will help you process contactless immigration process and your custom declaration. So I went to one of them, and it was very easy process and pretty self-explanatory. It asked whether I had filled out ArriveCan app or not, and then some other basic COVID-related questions. As all of you know that if you're coming to Canada, you need to fill up information in ArriveCan app. And then it asked how many members I'm filling up the information for. That is when I realized if you're traveling with your family, then all of you can go to the same counter and just fill up the information all at once, one by one. So since I traveled alone, I selected one and then moved on to the next section. And in this section, it asks some questions like whether I'm carrying any illegal goods or any cooked foods or any guns or stuff like that. So since there were too many questions, I was like reluctant and I just pressed no. These are yes or no questions, so I just didn't bother to read all the questions and just selected no for all. Here is when I made the biggest mistake. Please do not do that. But at this point, I had no idea about it, and I will tell you why this is a big mistake in future. So then the computer took a photograph of me and printed a very small receipt with my passport details in it. This token paper is very, very important. When I was done at the computer counter, I went to see an immigration officer. She was nice and asked to see my passport. After checking my visa and then she asked if this is the first time I was visiting Canada, and then she asked about the ArriveCan app again and wanted to see my digital ArriveCan receipt. So please make sure you are not forgetting to fill up the information before your flight. So after checking, she did something at the computer and asked me to see another section of the immigration where all first-time landers need to go. So there I saw another immigration officer. She asked me to see my passport, COPR, and the receipt. I handed over to her, and then she asked about the quarantine plan. I had a printout of my Airbnb receipt, which I showed to her. Then she asked where I would like to where I would like my PR card to be delivered. Then I used an address of a friend's place. You may do the same, but also tell the officers that that is not your permanent place to stay. When I said that, she noted it and gave me a form to use later and update them about my permanent address when I get my own place. Then she asked if I had any other goods to follow from my country other than the ones that I brought. I said no, and then handed over a list that I made for the goods I carried to Canada. She took that list and asked if I had anything else to declare. Then I told her about the cash I was carrying, and she was so upset. She was so upset and asked why I didn't declare the cash at the counter and when I did the automated declaration process at this computer. So this is why I was saying please do not skip the questions. So this is the mistake actually which you must avoid. So she was nice enough to correct the mistakes for me and put a seal on the token receipt, and then she asked me to have a seat while she worked on my file. And after 10 minutes she called me and gave me my passport back. Also I had to sign my COPR copy from which she kept one of the copy, and the second one she returned to me, and gave me a form with instructions on how to get my SIN number, which is also known as SIN. As many of you know, SIN is social insurance number, and this is used in Canada in almost all sectors. You must not share your SIN number with anyone else. And so that was it. I was done with the immigration process, and then she said those beautiful words, welcome to Canada. Then I went to my luggage to collect my luggage, where I had very bad experience actually, which I will probably share in the next video. once I collect my bags. Then I went to the final gate where an officer again asked for the receipt, the small receipt. So here again, the officer was so shocked that I didn't declare the cash at the counter, and then advised me not to repeat such mistake ever again, as it's a big crime according to Canada's custom law. I was scared, but everything turned out good. Then I finally was out in the chilly Canadian weather. From there, I grabbed the taxi and reached to my place of quarantine, where I'm living right now. This is in Airbnb. I'll probably share the details later. So that was it. So if you're enjoying these videos, please consider subscribing and sharing with your friends who are planning to come to Canada recently. I have a few more important videos coming up for you guys. Until then, stay well, stay humble, and hope we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.